Welcome back to Norway Savings Bank's Safe Banking web series. So far in our series, we have broken down what a scam is and also taken a deeper look into today's most common scams being used to obtain victims' personal information and money. At Norway Savings Bank, our job is to listen, support, and advise you every step of the way, your way. We're focused on being there for all of the moments where you need us, for the milestones, and for everything that happens in between. In this episode, we will discuss strategies and tools designed to help you defend yourself in the moments where you are being targeted by today's scams. After viewing this episode, you should feel more comfortable detecting scammers before it's too late. If you've already watched our first two episodes, you may noticed some similarities between the different scams we introduced, and that's a good thing. Recognizing the similarities between scams is the first step in building your defenses against them. The ability to notice red flags is key to keeping yourself safe. All scams share the following red flags or warning signs. Immediate action required. Scammers do not like to spend more time than needed when attempting to gain access to your personal information or money. Scammers know the longer it takes, the more vulnerable they are to being caught, and the less money they will make. Almost all scammers use pressure to create a sense of urgency. The scammer will insist that there is no time to waste in their great giveaway, emergency situation, or request for payment. It is important when you notice this sense of urgency to ask yourself, does this situation typically warrant such a rush? And why do they insist there is very little time to make the payment or investment? If you find yourself considering these things, trust your gut and do not move forward with the conversation until you are able to investigate and verify the thing being presented. Insistence on secrecy. Another telltale sign of a scammer is their insistence that you refrain sharing the information they are giving you with anyone. Using examples we've previously discussed, like a once-in-a-lifetime giveaway, an imposter requesting funds in their emergency situation, or an upfront payment for a job you did not order. In each situation, the scammer does not want you to discuss their conversation with anyone else. In the giveaway scam, the scammer insists that there is no time for you to call your financial institution or bookkeeper to discuss the offer. If you request time to think it over or let them know you will call them back, the offer may suddenly be rescinded. Be suspicious of this sense of urgency and lack of cooperation. It is important to note that in some instances, when you request time to think, a scammer may attempt to provide a number to call back. This is designed to forward your call back to them because they do not want you to research the company and call a legitimate business number found in Yellow Pages or online. Consider the imposter scam. The scammer is insistent that you do not have time to call law enforcement, your bank, or other relatives as the emergency is severe, or they're afraid someone will find out. It is important to realize, if someone is worried the people or services that typically could help them will find out, there's more to the story, and you should require further investigation before proceeding. Another example of secrecy is when the scammer insists on upfront payment. This is typically designed so you do not have time to research the request. In these instances, the scammer hopes to eliminate your ability to gather information about who they are and what they are requesting payment for. The request to pay first, ask questions later, does typically result in that natural gut feeling to question the situation. Do not hesitate to further question someone who insists that you pay before they can move forward or answer questions. It is important to note that anyone requesting money from you will typically offer an explanation, an invoice of goods and services. They will also be more likely to discuss payment methods and plans before collection. If you notice this red flag, do not move forward without further research or discussion with those close to you. The next common red flag of a scam is the hard-to-track payment methods. This warning sign goes hand in hand with the scammer's insistence on secrecy. Scammers seek methods of payment that are discreet, as to not alert law enforcement or your financial institution. The fraudsters often request payment through untraceable funds, such as cash or prepaid debit and gift cards. If a scammer requests an online payment, they will ask you to tell them your account information or debit card number rather than giving you a secure website to go and enter it yourself. Finally, when scammers request payments, they prefer payments in full. Scammers often do not accept the funds in part or by payment plan. Their request of full payment is given in the hope to get all the money they can before quickly moving on to avoid detection. I want to take a moment to give a quick recap of the things we have gone over so far in this episode. Be suspicious of any situation that requires you to give an upfront payment. Assume that any insistence on secrecy is a ploy to deceive you. Avoid using suspicious contact info. Confirm all stories or offers independently rather than giving the information they give you. Do research into the company and contact number that is reaching out to you. And don't be embarrassed or afraid to tell someone you trust about the potential scam situation. With this new knowledge of the warning signs and red flags, let's take a look at a scenario and see if you can spot the scammer. Hello?
I'm sorry to bother you today, but my name is Sam. I'm your neighbor from a few doors down. I apologize for not knowing your name. I'm not sure where my memory has gone, but I believe we go to the same gym.
Oh, hi, Sam. Yeah, I'm not sure that we've met either, but my memory's no good either. My name is Hannah.
Of course, Hannah. Again, I'm sorry about forgetting your name, and I also apologize for calling you right out of the blue today. I hope I'm not catching you at a bad time, but I'm honestly just on my last effort and grasping at straws here.
Oh, no, it's fine. I was just grabbing my morning coffee. Is everything okay?
Well, I'm embarrassed to bother you with my problems. I'm currently doing fundraising for my younger brother's child. Her name's Rebecca. She's been battling a very aggressive kidney illness this past year, and my brother's unfortunately needed to step away from his job to take care of her. He doesn't know I've started the fundraiser, but I'm trying to raise some money to help their family pay for her medications that she needs. I started a GoFundMe, but it's not getting the attraction I thought it would. So I'm reaching out to members of our community to see if there's anything people could do to help.
Wow, that's terrible. I'm glad you're trying to do something to help. How much is her medicine each month?
Medicine is roughly $2,000 a week, and due to their insurance and pharmacy, they have to take payment in full or they will not give the medicine out. I had helped pay for a few of her rounds. Now she's out of her meds, and I'm unable to put any more money towards it.
Well, I think it's great that you're trying to help. I'd really like to help out too. I could write you a check if that's okay.
That's amazing. You're honestly a lifesaver, but there's one small problem. I would need the money in cash. My brother's bank places extended holds on all checks, and we would not have that time before needing the medication. Could you withdraw that same amount of cash from your account?
Oh, of course, I can do that. What's your address? I can bring it over later today.
Wow, you're a very special and caring person, Hannah. My brother's supposed to come to my home this afternoon, so just to avoid him finding out, let's meet at the gym. I truly appreciate your kindness, and I want you to know that Rebecca will get better, and you're the reason why.
Well, I'm just happy to help. I'll see you later at the gym.
All right, now let's review what just happened between Hannah and the anonymous caller. What red flags and warning signs told you this was a scam? First, the scammer gains the trust of the victim with a story developed to show serious need involving a sick child. Once a line of trust is established, the scammer introduces a sense of urgency, saying that their niece's meds are gone and there's no money to pay for them in this dire situation. Once Hannah focuses on the sense of urgency, the scammer introduces the need for an upfront and full payment. justifying this need with the explanation of pharmacy and insurance costs. Once Hannah agrees to help by writing a check, the scammer is reluctant to give a name for the check payment, instead requesting the hard-to-track payment method of cash. Though the scammer states they prefer cash to avoid holds by their bank, in reality, this is a ploy to avoid giving information about their true identity. Finally, the scammer continues to withhold personal information and insists on secrecy by not wanting to give an address to meet. Instead, they choose a public meeting location that cannot be traced back to the fraudster. Though that situation may seem like an over-dramatized scheme, the red flags of this scenario are shared with the most basic scams used today. No matter the scam, you will be able to notice similar red flags and warning signs. Now that you're more comfortable with the red flags of a scam, let's take a quick look at some ways you can protect your identity from scammers when using technology. Choose the privacy setting on social media accounts. Selecting a privacy setting from strangers when using social media will make it more difficult for scammers to research you as the target. Use trusted antivirus software. Installing a trusted security software on your computer will better secure you from viruses aimed to break into your system and gain access to personal and bank account information. It is important to note, never click to download a computer program from emails or messages. Instead, only update and download if you are familiar with the program or you have discussed the changes with someone you trust. Always do research before downloading anything to your computer or device. Be cautious clicking links. Similar to clicking a program download, such as an unknown antivirus, you must also be cautious and aware of links being emailed to you. Never click a link from an email without verifying who it is from and the site it will bring you to. One way to check a link without clicking it is to hover your mouse on or above the link. A window will appear showing you where it will bring you. If it does not match something you are familiar with, do not click and let someone you trust look into the message. Register with the National Do Not Call Registry. You can do this by going to www.donotcall.gov. This will limit phone calls coming in from possible scam or information collection agencies. Finally, you can register with www.dmachoice.org to limit junk mail coming into your inbox. Similar to the Do Not Call list, this site can help limit your email information being bought and sold to information collection agencies. Though none of these tools will completely eliminate the risk of a computer takeover, they are all very helpful steps to ensure your account and information security. Hopefully, you are now better able to spot red flags. But remember, scammers are always developing new ways to gain access to your information. As we continue to grow our defenses with new tactics, it is also important to know what to do if you do fall victim to a scam. In our next episode, we will discuss what you should do if you believe you've been scammed. Until then, thank you for watching.